Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Can somebody tell me? I want to import an Excel sheet into CSV file. I want to do it by programming method on my desktop. I have a slash folder. In that I have slash data folder. In that I have Excel folder. I have a cars Excel sheet. I want to import this one. How we can do that one?
Proc import.
I'm copying the path first of all. Tell me how we can do that one.
Cross import.
Proc import.
Very good.
Data file equal to.
Data file.
Data file is equal to.
Paste the location
Location
of the
of
path.
the
Yes.
out equals
Out
to
equal to.
Very good. Out is equal
R
to.
Car.
equals to
Very good.
DBM is
DBMS equal to.
equals to XLS semicolon. Replace
Run semicolon.
Very
Wait.
good.
semicolon.
I'm selecting the program. I'm
Execute the
execute the
program.
program. Go to libraries. Work library. I have a car set of it. Now I want to import a CSV file. Here I have a CSV folder. In that I have a hot CSV file. I want to import this one.
Copy as path, sir.
I'm copying the path.
Proc import.
Getting
Data
crop
file
import.
equals to
Data file equal to.
Data file is
paste
equal
the
to.
location.
Paste the location of the path.
Very good.
Out is
Out
equals
equal to.
What is equal to?
Art.
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 Hot.
DBMS equal
DBMS
to.
equals to CSV
Replace.
plus semicolon.
Semicolon. Run semicolon.
Select the program. Execute the program.
Execute the program.
Yes, we have a hot data. You'll have a data set.
Sir, actually yesterday class last earnings you have told to how to import the Excel file using the folder tools.
Yes.
I
Import
actually
wizard.
couldn't able to catch it. Can you please again remind one thing?
How is my voice? Is it clear?
No, sir. Some disturbance is there, sir.
Yes.
Yeah,
Is
still there
everybody
is a
not
sound, sir.
clear.
No, sir, it is not audible.
not audible?
No, sir.
Not clear.
Sir,
Your
somewhat low,
voice
sir,
is
low
breaking.
voice.
You have some resound thing.
How?
Sir, you have to increase the volume, sir, because it's a low voice.
Now? Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear, sir.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. Since you asked me, you know, I import Excel sheet and a CSV file for writing a program. But now I want to import an Excel sheet and I want to import a CSV file by using import wizard method. Okay. Now how we can do that one? Say for example,
Sir, still your voice is low, sir.
my voice is low.
Sir,
I guess you're not using headphones, so it might be.
Okay. Now, so here in the CSV folder, I have a CSV file called file failure. I want to import this CSV file by using import wizard method. Now tell me how we can do that one.
Go to file.
Okay.
New program.
Okay. I'm going to the file.
Select the input data.
Yes, I'm going there. Then what should I do? Go to file,
New
Select
program.
import data.
import data.
Already Excel is okay. Next, sir.
Next. But I want to import a
Browse.
CSV file, no?
Browse.
Browse.
I want to import a CSV
Select.
file.
Commas.
Select
Separate
CSV file.
file.
Select
Yes.
the
From
comma
drop
separate
down,
file.
select CSV.
CSV.
Next.
Next.
Browse the
Browse.
location.
Browse.
Browse.
Select the file location.
Open
Desktop.
desktop.
Tab.
SAS folder.
Data.
Task
Dash folder.
folder.
SAS data.
Data.
CSV.
Data. CSV file.
CSV file.
Failure.
Heart. Failure. Open.
Open.
Okay.
Next.
Next.
Step.
Failure 1.
Out. Failure.
Failure. Can I click on the finish button?
No, sir. Next
You
button.
want
We want to
to
save code also.
Next. Browse.
desktop.
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 Failure.
Failure code.
Input code. Save.
Save.
Finish.
Finish. But I didn't get here. What is the problem?
Control press open.
Can you do it again one more time? Go to file. Go to import data. Choose the CSV file. Go to next. Browse. Desktop. SAS. SAS data. CSV. Failure. Open. Next. Yes, I want to have it as a failure. Next, I want to save the code, browse. I want to save it on my desktop as a failure code, save, finish. Can you see? Yes, we have failure dataset. Now, in the Excel folder, in the Excel folder, in the Excel folder, I have an Excel sheet called Africa. Now tell me, I want to import that Excel. Then tell me how we can do that by using import wizard method.
File,
File,
import data,
import data,
Excel.
Excel.
Next,
You should click on the next button. You should
browse
browse. It is present on my
desktop,
desktop.
SAS
SAS
folder.
folder,
SAS
SAS
data
data
folder,
folder, and then
Excel sheet,
Excel folder.
Africa.
Now Africa, open.
Open and
Okay.
okay.
Then it will ask you the sheet. Yes, in the Africa Excel book, we have a sheet called DS. Next, I want to have it as an Africa.
Africa.
These
Next,
are the sheet
If you want to save the code, next,
Browse.
browse,
Desktop.
desktop.
desktop,
On the desktop, I want to save it as an, say for example, Africa code.
Save.
Save,
save,
finish.
Finish.
ఇందాక మెంబర్స్ దగ్గర కార్స్ అని టైప్ చేశారు సార్.
So did I give the cards again?
సార్
Yes, sir.
Tell me, I want to give Africa. File, import data. Next,
Browse.
browse, desktop, SAS,
desktop,
SAS data,
SAS folder,
Excel,
Excel.
SAS
Africa.
data, sheet,
open. Okay. Next,
Next.
Africa. Open.
Africa.
Africa. Next, Africa code. Finish.
Oh, okay.
Can you see?
Yes.
సార్.
This is how we can do by using programming method or importing wizard method. Now, I want to export data. And I want to export SAS data sets as maybe an Excel sheet or CSV file. Okay. Say for example, in my work library, I have a data set called Africa. I want to export this as an Africa CSV file onto my desktop. Okay. Now tell me how we can do it by using programming method. And again, I want to export a failure data set as a failure CSV file.
Proc export.
First of all, yes sir,
Proc
you should
export.
write, I should write a proc export
Data is equal to
data is equal to the
Data
data set name
Africa.
Africa.
Out file,
Out file is equal to
Is equal to
location,
location of the
should
desktop.
the, you should go to anywhere, give a right click,
Location properties.
go to properties, copy the location, go to the program and paste the location. But
backward
we have up
slash,
to the desktop backward slash, whatever the name you want to have, you should write the name dot.
dot Excel, CSV.
Yes,
I want to have it as a
CSV.
CSV. Now we should write the CSV. Now we should write the entire path now within the quotations. Now, in the same program, you should write the dvms is equal to CSV. If you want to have, you can write the replace option. Now, semicolon. Now, write the run script. I'm selecting the entire program. I'm executing this program. Now I'm going on to my desktop. On my desktop, now can you see I have Africa CSV file. Now what I want to do, I want to export
Sir,
failure.
can't we use copy as path for this?
You can use it, but where we have Africa first of all, you don't have Africa on the desktop, no.
Yes, yes, yes.
If you use a copy as path, what will happen? You are going to get along with that name, file name.
Okay,
But to avoid that one, I'm copying only up to the desktop.
okay, okay.
Now, I'm writing proc export now. Data is equal to, I want to export to failure. Then we should write out file is equal to, out file is equal to. Now, what I want to do, again, I want to paste the path up to the desktop, backward slash. This time, I want to have a failure, failure dot XLS. Now, since it's a path, we should write entire path within the quotations. Then what we should do, now within the same program, we should do the dbms is equal to XLS. If you have already seen Excel sheet on the desktop, we should hit the replace option, semicolon, run. Now I'm selecting this program, executing this program. Yes, you are going to have on the desktop an Excel sheet called failure. Can you see this, sir? Now, I want to do the same, exporting a dataset as a CSV file. I want to do it by using export wizard method. Now, tell me how to use export wizard method. Now, say for example, on my desktop, I have a cards. I want to export this cards as a CSV file onto my desktop. Okay, now help me to do that one. Now, I'm going to the file, click on export data.
Export the data.
Now, which one you want to export? From the work library, I want to export cars. Choose the cars. Yes, I want to select the cars. Then the next. And what is the file you want to export? I want to export as a CSV file. Okay. Now click on the CSV. If you do not have, can you please keep your mic on mute? Now I'm going to click on the next button. So now where you want to export, you should get the location. Now go to browse. Now I want to export this one onto my desktop. Now give the desktop. Now on my desktop, yes, how we want to save it? I want to save it as say for example, what is this I'm exporting? Cars. Now I want to do it as cars. Now save. And then if you want to save the code, click on the save, finish it. So click on the next button. And if you do not want to save the code, click on the finish button. If I click on the finish button, now if I go onto my desktop, now can you see on my desktop I have cars CSV file. Now I want to export a dataset as an Excel sheet. So for example, we have a heart. I want to export this heart as an Excel sheet. Again, go to file, go to export data. This time, what file format? Now, what is the dataset you want to export? I want to export heart. Now, select that heart. Click on the next button. In which file format you want to export? Excel sheet.
Excel sheet.
Now, already we have an Excel here by default. I'm going to click on the next button. Now, where you want to export this one? I want to export this one onto my desktop. Browse. Give a desktop. Yes, I want to have it as a heart. Now I'm writing Excel book name as in heart. Now click on the save and click on the OK. And then it will ask you what is the name of the sheet you want to have in that book. I want to have a sheet name is also heart. I'm writing heart. If you want to save the code, click on the next button. But if you do not want to save the program, now click on the finish button. Now if I click on the finish button, Now if I go onto my desktop, can you see I have an heart? I don't know what happened. I have a data set, I have an Excel sheet, but unfortunately my session has been closed. Understand this one? This is how we export data by using export wizard method. Clear
Sir,
everybody up to this
can you
point?
explain one more time, sir?
Okay. Which method you want to me explain? Wizard method?
E- Export wizards, sir.
Okay. Now I'm going to the libraries. In the libraries, I have a library called, say, for example, SAS help. In the SAS help, I have a data set, say, for example, there is a data set called baseball. Can you see somewhere we are going to have a baseball data set where we have baseball? Here we have. Remember, this data set is present in the SAS help. I want to export this one as Excel sheet. Okay, Geeta, tell me how we should do it. You only tell me. We should go to File,
File,
Export data.
Data. Now we should choose the library. By default we have work library, no?
Work.
But
So,
since I do not have anything in work, I want to export from the help library.
SAS.
So now
Yeah.
click on the SAS help.
that's help.
So in the SAS help we have so many, but I want to export baseball.
Baseball.
Choose, select that one. Now what we should do? Click on the next button.
Next.
Now which file format you want to export? I want to export as an Excel sheet.
Excel. Okay.
By default anyway we have an Excel. Can you see here Excel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we should click on the next button.
Yeah.
Now to which location you want to export this one?
On
I want to export
the
onto my desktop.
desktop.
Yes, browse, go to desktop. What is the name of the Excel sheet you want to have here?
Baseball.
I want to have such a baseball. Now I'm writing the baseball. Save. Then what should I do now? I should click on OK button.
Okay.
Now it will ask us in the baseball Excel book, you will have a number of sheets, no? What the sheet name you want to have? In the book, I want to have a sheet name also, baseball only. Now I'm writing the baseball.
Okay.
Now, if you click on the finish button, the program will be get executed in the backend. You will have a baseball Excel sheet on the desktop. But if you want to save the code, you should click on the next button.
Next.
We will save the code in SAS.
If you want to see the code, now click on the next button.
Okay.
What is the name of the code you want to save? Where do you want to save this code? I want to save this code on my desktop. Browse. Give it desktop. I want to save it as a baseball code. Now save and then click on finish button. Now if I go on my desktop, can you see? Now on my desktop, I have a baseball Excel sheet, and at the same time, what we have here? We have code also.
Yes.
Okay. If you want to open the code, how we can open the code?
Control plus O. In
Open the SAS software.
Control plus O.
Control plus O. Now go to the desktop. What is the name of the code we saved?
Baseball.
Baseball code. Here we have a baseball code. Click on the open button. This is what exactly happened in the backend. So we exported SAS help libraries baseball into this location. DBMS is equal to, we generally write XLS, or you can also write Excel. By default, we have a replace option. But in the Excel book, what is the name of the sheet we have now? The sheet name is baseball. This is how we can export by using export wizard method. Clear this one?
Okay, sir.
Very good. So this is what we have seen in the last class, right? So in the last class, we were discussing, toolbar. We have completed the toolbar, and then we discussed the command bar, and we started discussing about the file bar. In the menu bar. In the menu bar, so far what we have seen file, In the file, can you remember? We have seen new program, open the saved program, or close the program. And I told you append and open object is not for us. And if you want to save the code, click on the save button. And if you want to save with another name, already you saved the code, but if you want to save the code with another name, now we should click on the save as. And then if you want to save it as an object, save as object. And then we have seen import wizard and export wizard. Is this one we have seen in the last class? This is where we stopped, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then can you see here? Here we have a page setup. Say for example, if you want to print the code, first of all, if you want to see the setup, now we click on you can click on the page setup. Or if you want to see the print setup, now you can see the print setup. Now if you want to see before giving the print, if you want to see the preview, click on the print preview. And then if you want to print it, now we can click on the print button. Or otherwise, what is the shortcut that we have for print? Control plus P. Understand this one? Now, whatever the code that you have written, if you want to submit this code as a mail, now we can use this option. But if you want to submit this code as a mail, you should have an Outlook Express in your system. If you have an MS Office Outlook Express in your system, if you install that one, now you can send this code as an email. And if you want to close the session, now we should click on the exit button. Now say, if I click on this exit button, what will happen? Now it will ask you, okay, if you give the okay, the session will be get closed. I do not want to close it. I'm going to click on the cancel. Now we will have the session. Clear this one? This is about a file. Once you're done with the file, the next that we have an edit. Now, while I'm writing the program, I have written a program here. So, if I go to edit here, now first of all, I'm going to select a few lines of my data here. Now, if you go to edit, say for example, if I delete this one, say for example, I'm going to click on the delete button. Now I'm going to edit button. Whatever I deleted, if you want to get it back, what is the shortcut that we use generally?
Undo.
Undo or Control plus Z.
Control plus Z.
Control plus Z. Now if I click on the Control plus Z, you will get your code back. Or otherwise, you can also go to edit. Now we can click on undo. Understand? Or if you want to redo it, you can click on the redo, and what you can do, we can also, what is the shortcut for redo? Anybody?
Control plus Y.
Control plus Y. And now I'm going to select a few lines of my program. Now if I click on the edit button, now can you see, now we can see three important options has been highlighted. Now can you see what we have here? Whatever the program that you selected, if you want to cut the program, Control plus X or cut button. Or if you want to, instead of cut this one, if you want to copy this one, you can click on the copy button or Control plus C. If you want to paste it, Control plus V or paste button. And we have already seen these options in the toolbar also. But you can see the same options in the edit window also, edit button. But if you select it or not, if you want to clear whatever the selected programming lines that you have selected, if you want to delete that one, now you can click on the clear button, or you can, in your keyboard, you can also click on the delete button. So now see, I'm clicking on the delete button. The program that what I'm seeing, I'm selecting the program, click on the delete button, it will be get deleted. But if you want to get it back, Control plus Z. Now, and after that, I'm going to select my program again. Again, I'm going to edit it. Now we have, if you select it or not, if you want to delete your entire editor window, you should click on the clear all. If you click on the clear all, or can you see here? Here we have an into button on the taskbar. Toolbar. If you click on this into button or this clear all, both will do the same thing. It is going to clear your entire editor window. But if you want to select your total window, generally, if you want to select the entire window, what is the shortcut we have to select?
Control A.
Control plus A, or otherwise
Yeah.
you can go to editor and you can click on the select all. So when writing a program, if you have multiple programs in your window, if you want to collapse all the programs, now you can click on the collapse all. But if you want to expand all the programs again back, now go to edit, you can click on the expand. Now say for example, on my desktop, I'll do one thing. On my desktop, I'll do one thing. I'm going to copy. Here I have a code, and I'm going to paste all this code here to me. So I have so much of code. Here I have 100 lines of code. Okay. When we have hundreds of lines of code in the real time, I want to look for, say, for example, where I have, say, for example, a data set called DM. I have so much of program here. I want to find where we have the DM data set. If you want to check that one, again, what should I do? I need to scroll it down. I need to scroll it up. It will take a lot of time. But if you want to find any keyword, generally, what is the shortcut we use in the real time? In any Word document or PDF document or Excel sheet, we use a Control F. Or otherwise, you can go to edit. Now you can click on the find. Can you see here we have find and Control F? Now, if I click on the Control F, it will open a dialog box like this one. For what you want to searching for, I want to find where exactly we have a keyword called AE, or I want to know about where exactly we have a DM. Now type the DM and click on the find text. Now wherever we have the DM, that will be get highlighted. Now it is going to be easy for you to check, to find where we have that important keyword. Understand this one? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The next one. The next important thing is I have 100 lines of program here. Wherever I have a data set called EMP, I want to save EMP as a cell, SCL cell. So that means I want to replace a word with another word. So if you want to do in that way, now what we should do, we should go to edit button. In that we have an option called replace. Now we should click on the replace button. Or otherwise what we can do, we can also click on Control plus H. Now if you click on the Control plus H, it will open a dialog box. What you want to replace? I told you what I want to replace. I want to replace my EMP with cell. Now find text EMP and I want to replace with cell. Now on the right side, it is going to, do you want to replace or replace all? If I click on the replace all, say for example, in this program, if I have EMP for 10 times, if I click on the replace, all the 10 scenarios, occasions will be get replaced in one step. But if you want to replace one at a time, now we should click on the replace. Now can you see wherever we have EMP, then that place, now can you see we used to have EMP1, now we have a SAL1. And here we have an EMP, now I'm going to click on this one, now that will be get replaced as a SAL. Now can you see wherever we have an EMP, every time that will be get replaced as a SAL. Understand this one?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, this time I want to replace SAL with EMP. Tell me what should I do?
Control H.
Control H.
Sal.
SAL.
Replace with EMP.
EMP. Now replace. Now wherever we have, every time that is going to get replaced with EMP. Understand this one?
Yes, sir.
So this is about Control F and Control H. So Control plus F, Control plus H. Now, the next button that we have in a view, if I click on the view, we are going to have a window like this one, drop down again. Can you see what we have here? The first one is enhancer. What is enhancer? This is the enhancer. That is what we are using every day to write the program. What you mean by enhancer? In the enhancer, you can find color enhancement. I told you in the last class also, we can find 6 different types of colors in the enhanced data. Dark blue color, light blue color, black color, background yellow color,
Yellow
we
color.
have purple color and the green color. This color enhancement you can find only in the enhanced data. If you install SaaS software in Windows operating system, we will have enhanced data, and at the same time, if you want, you can also have a program editor. So you can write a program in both enhanced data and in the program editor also. Now see, if I click on this one, now we are going to have a different window. Can you see? This is called program editor. What is this program editor? Program editor will not have any color enhancement. We are going to have only 3 colors. Say for example, say what I'm doing. Now I'm writing data set name. I'm writing in file, data length. Unfortunately, we cannot increase the size of the letters here. We cannot change the font. And we are going to have only 3 colors. Can you see so far we have seen blue and black. Now I'm writing input. I want to have an ID. I want to have a name character variable $symbol. Then I want to have a star. Now I'm writing a semicolon. Then I'm going to write data lines semicolon. Now I'm writing 101 name A. Now I want to have a salary 5,000. 102 name B salary 6,000. 103 name C salary 8,000, and I want to have 104 name B 9,000. That's it. Now finally I'm writing the run semicolon. If you want, you can select this program and you can execute this program. Now can you see how many colors we have? We have only
3 colors.
blue, black and green.
Green.
Now we can select the program. You can execute the program. Now also you will get the data set. That means you can write the program in the program editor also.
So then in that case, what will be the difference between these two editors?
Can you see? This is the difference. This is the difference. Can you see? We have so much of color enhancement. We can increase the font size. We can change the font style. Whatever you want, you can do it. In Windows operating system, you will have both the windows. But if you install SaaS software in other operating systems like Linux or Unix, there you can find only program editor. You will not have an enhanced editor there. Understand? But in the real time, we always use only enhanced editor because of this is we have so much of color enhancement. It is going to be easy to understand if you have any errors. That's why we always use this editor window. Understand this one?
Yes, sir.
Now, sometimes whenever writing a program, accidentally you are going to close certain windows. Say for example, I have given a right click on output window, click on the close button. The output window has been closed. Again, right click, the log window has been closed, and explorer window has been closed, and the results window is also been closed. Now I want to get my windows back. If you accidentally close your windows, if you want to get back your windows, now we should go to view. Whatever the window you want to have, now we can click on here. I want to have my log window back. Click on the log window. Can you see? Now we have the log window. Now I want to have my output window back. Now I click on the output window. Yes, now we have an output window. Now I want to have my results window back. Go to view, click on the results. Now you will have a results window. And what is the one window left with now? What is the other window you should have?
Explorer window.
Explorer window. Very good. Now if you want to Explorer window, again go to view. Where we have the Explorer window? Say for example, can you tell me where we have the Explorer window? Here we have, right? Now if I click on this Explorer window, what will happen? Now we are going to have Explorer window, a big one here on the right side. But this is not what I want to have. I want to have left side here in the vertical menu. If you want to have in that way, again go to view. Now you should click on contents only. Can you see here we have a contents only? If you click on the contents only, now you will get the Explorer window on the left side and a vertical panel here. Both are going to be the same thing. Here also we have a libraries, file shortcuts, favorite folders, and this PC. And here also we are going to have libraries, 5 shortcuts,
How to
favorite
close
folder,
this side
and
one,
this
sir?
one. If you want to close this window, if you do not want to have this one, now give a right click, click on the close window, and that Explorer window will go off.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Understand this one? So the view is going to help you if you accidentally close any windows. If you want to get it back, you should go to view. And the tools are important. We'll come to the tools later, and then we have a run. I told you when you write a program, if you want to submit the program, generally what you will do, you are going to click on the submit button, which is present on the toolbar. Or otherwise, you will select your program and you are going to click on F3 button in your keyboard. But you can also execute your program in another way. Go to run. Now here we have a submit also. If you execute this one, I didn't select any programming line, so the entire window will be get executed. But if you want to execute only few lines, now select whichever programming lines you want to execute. Select only that one. Now you should click on run, and you should click on the submit. Now whatever the program you have selected, only that program will be get executed. And in the real time, sometimes whenever you execute the program, whatever the program you executed, sometimes the program will be get erased. That will be get deleted. In that scenario, if you want to get that code back, now you should click on recall last submitted. If you click on the recall last submitted, whatever the program that you lost, you will get it back. And the next one is submit the top line. I have written 1,000 lines of program, but I want to execute only the first line. If you want to do that one, now go to run. Now click on submit top line. And again, I have written 500 lines of program, but I want to execute only first 100 lines. Then click on the submit end lines. Now, how many lines you want to execute? Now specify the number. Click on OK button. Only those 100 lines will be get executed. Understand this one?
Get submitted, I mean, data set will be created or else they will be selected.
No, whatever we have in the program, that program will be get executed. The result of the program will be get. So if the program is a creation of a data set, a data set will be get created. If the program contains a print of a data set, the program will be get printed. Sometimes we write a program for manipulation. Sometimes we write a program for analysis. Whatever the program it might be, that is going to be get executed. Understand this one?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes we write the program in a clipboard. I want to execute the program from clipboard itself. In that scenario, we are going to click on the submit clipboard. If you click on the submit clipboard, the program will be get executed from the clipboard itself. And we have few other options. These options are not for us. We do not require these options. And the solutions is also for a future advanced data analysis. Now we'll discuss about the solution there. And then again, we have a button called window. I told you, if you accidentally close any window, if you want to get it back, what we should do?
Go to view.
Go to view, and you can get it from here. Okay, in that scenario, then what we should do now? Okay, if you lost that any window, again you can also get it from Windows button. Here also we have, if you accidentally close any window, if you want to get it, now we can click on here. And here we have few other options as well. Say for example, now how many windows I can see now? I can see my editor window here, and I can see Explorer window here. But I want to arrange these windows in a different way. Now go to Windows. How we want to arrange it? I want to arrange it, say for example, in the cascade mode. If you click on this one, now it is going to get arranged in cascade. But I want to arrange it in horizontal manner. Go to Windows. Now click on tile horizontally. Now we'll get horizontal. But I want to have tile vertically. Go to window. Now you can click on tile vertically. Now you will get in the vertical. So vertical in the sense we are going to have square. Horizontal in the sense we are going to have a the horizontal. And after that we have a button called help. I told you what the use of this help. I told you in the real time, every analysis tool, not only in any programming tool, whenever you have the programming tool, whoever developed the programming tool, what they will do, they will write the documentation for that. I told you, say for example, if you buy any electronic gadget or electrical device, along with the device, what you will get? You will get the user manual, isn't it? In the user manual, we are going to have a complete information. What are the state? And here also in the SaaS, how do you know what we should use? What statements that we have? What options that we have? Somebody should tell you, no, but that somebody how they know? So whoever developed this as, whoever developed this as, they have written all the important things of a SaaS and they put in the document. And then now they kept the document in the help button. Understand? So if you want to know any SaaS related information, help button is just like a Wikipedia for SaaS. So there we are going to have all the important documents, options, statements. They are going to have definitions, descriptions, and you are also going to have examples also. Understand this one?
Sir, can you please use any question once and tell us about it?
No, unfortunately, I don't know for some reason when I open that help button, it is the system is getting closed. But you can try this one.
Okay,
Here,
sir.
can you see? Here we have whatever the thing you want to have, you can select there. Understand this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Keshav, am I audible to you? Shiva Keshav, we are getting our video. You do not require. Can you switch off your video? Thank you. And somebody has switched on their. If you do not have any doors, can you keep your mic on mute, okay? Otherwise, we are getting background noise. Okay, so this is about, help button.
Hello, sir. I have a doubt here.
Yes. Tell
Sir,
me.
this is Santosh here. So, I have a doubt in proc export.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't get the concept of having a data file name same as with the out file link. The ending name should be similar to the data.
It's no need to be like that one. You can have any name.
Like it's saying that no, file does not exist. If I try that way with the two different names.
No, you'll get it. Tell me what you have done.
What I have done is, I have given export data file name as IQA, and
Okay.
out file I have given the out file path.
Okay, but do you have the IKEA with you?
No, actually it's clean. Actually,
See,
I just gave the
see,
name.
see. When you're exporting, what you're exporting, you should export a SAS data set from SAS into some other location, right? Outside location.
Yes, yes,
So if you want to export, you should have with you the data set. Do you have the data set with you?
yes, sir.
So where do you have that one?
It is in SAS
In SAS, where exactly that we have?
Server.
in libraries.
In which
Work
library you
library.
have?
Work library.
Say for example, tell me, I'm creating. What is the data set that you created by the way?
I have created IQA. I just gave a random name as
Okay.
IQA,
Hmm.
and out
Say
file.
for example, say I'm writing in file data lines. Okay. I'm creating a demo data set. So for example, I'm writing ID and SAP. Okay. Then I'm writing the data line. So I'm writing 101 salary 30,000, 102 salary 50,000, 103 salary say for example 90,000. This is the one data set I created. Okay. Now tell me what you did now. If I execute this program, tell me what will happen. It will create a data set called IQWA where
In work
in the
library.
work library. Now tell me what you did.
So after that, proc export
Very good. Proc export.
data is equal to
Very good. Data is equal to.
IQWA
Very good. Then
out file is equal to.
So in the same statement, I'm not keeping semicolon. Okay.
Yes.
Now I'm writing out file is equal to
The file path. I have
where
given
did you try? Where you have tried to? Where do you want to save this one? Do you want to
on
save
my
it on
desktop. Yes.
Okay, very good. Now you can go to any file on the desktop. Okay. Now give a right click. Go to properties. Don't copy path. Okay. Properties.
Okay.
Copy the location. Then you might have pasted this location. Out file is equal to. Then
backward slash.
Very good.
Backward slash and
IQWA.
So do you want to give IQ only? Whatever the name you want, you can give it. Not a problem at all.
Okay. IQWA. Dot.
Okay.
XLS.
You want to have Excel sheet?
Yes, or CSV. Anything is
fine. Okay. Tell me what you did that time. Why didn't you get VC?
Yeah, XLS and quotations. I mean.
Very good. You might have given quotations. That's fine.
Then DBMS is equal to.
Didn't you give the semicolon here?
No, not there, sir.
Okay, that's good. Then
DBMS is equal to XLS.
Very good. Then you might have done the
replace, then run. Semicolon and run.
Now select the program and execute the program. Go on our desktop. Can you see what I have here?
Yes, IQWA file.
If you didn't get it, no, take a picture of your code, take a picture of your log window, and paste it on WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Somebody would help you, or I may help you. If I am free, I can help you. Otherwise, some other student may going to help you.
Okay, sir. I'll try again. Okay.
That's great. Now, yes, we discussed all these windows. Only one thing that we discussed it. Now, what is that one we didn't discuss? Tools. Tools is very important. Now I'm going to the tools one. You don't understand, you can't understand now what is query. We'll discuss that one query in future. But the next option that we have is table editor. Now, if I click on the table editor, it will open an empty table like this one, just like an Excel sheet. Now, you can create a data set in SAS by entering the data in this table. See what I'm doing? Now, here we have a few columns called A, B, C, D, F like this one. Now, I'm going to the column A. I'm deleting the column name A. I'm writing, say, for example, ID number. Then I'm writing, say, for example, month. So I remove the B and I have written the month. And I want to have, say, for example, sales. Now I'm trying to enter the data. Entering the data. Yes, ID number 101. Month is 1. And he did the car sales 23. Now 101 in the February month he did 27 cars, and again in March 101 in the March 3rd month he did, say, for example 35, and again 101. I'm writing 101 in the April month he did 50 cars. Now we have 50. So I entered 4 lines of data in 3 columns. Now I'm trying to close this one. When I'm trying to close this one, it will ask you, do you want to save the changes you made in the view table? Yes, I want to make changes. Now click on the yes. Then it will ask you where you want to save this one. I want to save this in my work library. Now click on the work library. In the work library, what is the name of the data set you want to have? I want to have a car sales. Now I'm writing car sales. Now, if I click on that save button, now whatever the data that I entered, that will be get saved as a data set. This is the data that we entered. So, if you want to create a data set from in-stream data, you can write the program like this one. Or otherwise, what you can do, go to tools, click on the table editor, open an empty table and enter the data. But we never do in that way, because if you do in that way, what is the difference? What we have is the difference between Excel sheet or like in a sense? So we have a method, we have a way. I want to tell you, that's why. But we never use that one, because if you do that one, there is no proof, programming proof for that one. If somebody asked you how you created that car sales, how I created, there is no proof. No, as a software programmer, whatever you do in the real time, nobody will believe you until unless you have a documentation. మీరు ఏదైనా చేశారని చెప్పారనుకోండి, nobody will believe you until unless you show the proof. And how we are going to show the proof? By having a program. By having a program, nothing but by having a documentation. Everything should be get documented. So if you have a program, you will save the program, and if somebody asks you, you can show the program. Okay? For each and everything, you should have a documentation proof. Otherwise, nobody will believe you until unless we have a document, and you can't say that I did this one. Okay? That is very, very important as a software programmer. Okay, once you're done with the table editor, these options are not so important, but the most important one is the last one, which is in options. I'm going to the enhance later. So now options enhance later. If I click on the enhance later, now here a window has been opened. There we can do some changes, and we'll discuss about these changes in tomorrow's class. Okay, tomorrow we'll finish it off, these settings, and then we discuss everything in the last class except SAS libraries, and we'll discuss about the libraries in tomorrow's class. Clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Sir, one small doubt. Sir,
Yes.
while we are exporting the any Excel or CSV file into desktop, so can we export them into the any folders, sir?
Come again?
So, we are exporting the CSV or Excel files onto the desktop, no, sir. So
Yes.
likewise, we can export them into any folders if we have any separate folders.
Yes, you can do that one. We are exporting onto desktop now, right now.
Yes, sir.
So then if you want, you can also export that into any folder.
So for desktop, we are copying the path of a folder, no, sir.
Say for example, I want to export into my SAS data here. Can you see a folder?
Yes, yes.
So I want to save it into in this folder. Now get the path here of this folder, and then you can enter the same path here. But now we got the location up to the folder now. Now keep a backward slash again in the data out file is equal to, and write whatever the file name you want.
Yes, okay, sir.
Understand? See, I'm copying this one, so I'll paste it in the program. Then what should I do? Say for example, now I'm going to write out file is equal to. Now after out file is equal to, then what you should do? Now within the quotations, now specify that one, backward slash. If you want to have a demo dot. If you want to have XLS, no. Tell me where this demo will be get saved now? In my SAS data.
No, sir. So, one more doubt, sir. So while we are importing the CSV file, sir, in the DBS statement, we have mistakenly mentioned it as a Excel. So at that time, we will get the data set, sir.
No, you won't get that. You will get an error because of the extension that we have in .csv, but the DBMS we are writing XLS, so you get an error.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, yes.
Sir, like last time you mentioned that you'll be explaining us how to connect to remote desktop and
Because
when
I
to start practice.
Yes, I think I'm going to explain tomorrow is Friday, right? Yes, since we are going to have Friday and Saturday holiday, so Saturday and Sunday, I will explain tomorrow so that we can practice Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Definitely I will
Thank
explain tomorrow. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Sir,
Yes.
how to save the files, sir, in the software only? Every time I work library, I'm working, no, sir. It will close the software, means it will close off all my files.
So that's why in the real time we never save our data in Excel sheet, and you will come to me tomorrow how to save data permanently.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so we'll discuss in libraries. Okay then, guys, see you tomorrow.
Sir,
Yes,
could you please come again the table editor?
you should go to tools, go to table editor, just like enter the data like how we enter the data in Excel sheet or a table.
Okay, sir.
So whatever the column names you want to write in column names here,
Okay.
and then enter the data into here.
Okay.
And if you try to close this one, it will ask you, do you want to save the changes?
Okay. At the time we can save where
Yes,
we
save.
want.
And it will ask you where you want to save it. I want to save it in work library. What is the name of the file you want to have?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, sir. But this will not use much, no, sir?
Yes, we never use, because there will be no programming proof for this one. Because if you how much you can enter the 10 lines or 15 lines, but in the real time we are going to have millions of observations. So we don't do this one.
Okay. Sir, if we miss the class, is there we can get any recorded class, sir?
Unfortunately, we are not providing, but you students try to do. There are a lot of free apps, right, to record the screen and all. I think we
Oh,
can get help from other friends, but we are not going to provide.
okay, sir. Fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, one last doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, by using in-stream data, you have created this IQWA data set, no, sir.
Yes.
So, sir, but how it has like, it has created like Excel sheets.
No, but when we have a data set with you, okay, you can export in any format. Or often it's a data set, right? It
Yes, sir.
doesn't matter whether you created this data set by in-stream data or you imported this one. It doesn't matter. So if you have a data set, you can export in any file format.
Okay, sir. Either in CSV also, no, sir.
No, anything.
Yeah.
All you need to have a data set. That's it. This is a data set. You don't mind that how you created that one, whether you created by using in-stream data or not. So it is a data set. You can export into any file format.
Okay, sir. Thank you.